You can just leave your coat on the coat rack. Yes, I've booked you in. Yes, so once you're comfortably seated, we can begin planning the trip. Yeah, according to the discussions that we had on call, I think you finalized San Francisco and the Bay Area. Am I right? Right, so I was researching quite a bit about it. There's definitely a lot to cover. There's the right, so much to cover. Mostly people would go there for, I believe, the Golden Gate Bridge. Right. The food is supposed to be amazing as well. Lot of museums. There are cable car tours. And there's vineyards as well. Yeah. So the indoor food halls are quite popular as well. Alright, so I have gone through the book and I have summarized what could be a good trip for you. Of course, we can discuss it further. Right, I've just used it as a guideline. So, I just want to understand your travel style properly. Is it mainly sightseeing, relaxing? Is it food focused, or it's a mix of everything? Alright. And would you say that this is more of a fast-paced trip? You know, where you want to cover a lot of what we just went through? Or do you want to make it slower and more of a relaxed experience? Slightly slower. Absolutely. And how many days are you planning to stay? 6 days. Alright. Absolutely. No, I find it quite joyous to refer to books, travel books, rather than using the internet these days. Yes, I find that it's more authentic. Not that the internet doesn't have just about everything. I guess I'm more old school that way. Right, I've just marked the page where they have explained a 7-day itinerary. which I will absolutely refer when I'm planning your trip. So I'll break this down slightly more. Yeah, we need to understand the budget so that we can plan around it. Not just hotels, but overall comfort level. Would you be able to give me an estimate for accommodation, that's per night, as well as a general total trip comfort range? So about 250 to 350 per night. All right. And mid-range comfort. Okay, so I need some time to give you a proper outline. I'm trying to understand your likes and dislikes. But I can give you an outline of how people usually split it. So San Francisco is a very area dependent, place. So the downtown or the Union Square is definitely more accessible when you want convenience, transport, shopping. Then there's the Fisherman's Wharf. That's a very touristy area and a lot of waterfront views. Then we have Mission District, where we have food, culture. That's where I think the young people would want to be. And then we have the Marina, Pacific Heights. Now this is a more of a quieter, scenic residential feel. Do you feel that any of this resonate with where you would want to be? So we want something central, but not too chaotic. Yes, I do completely understand. It is important that we have good transport, otherwise it becomes a hassle to go anywhere. So you want a central base, I would say, and you would want moderate noise level. I would suggest likely downtown adjacent or just slightly north of it. And just quickly take a look at the map once. Mission Theatre District. Mission Bay. Golden Gate. Alright. That was just to get an idea. Pacific Heights. Yeah, there are many neighborhoods to kind of stay in and enjoy. Always good to have a visual map. Okay, so let me look something up. Right, so we have a few hotel options. There is Hotel Nico San Francisco. According to what I just saw in the map, this is a very reliable central option and it's located near Union Square. It is within our budget. It has a modern and clean design. There's an indoor pool, fitness center, there's strong transport access, and it's walking distance to downtown core. It is pretty good convenience for first time visitors. Now, this is one of my favorites, the Royal Hotel. It's still central, but it's more design focused. So it's a boutique style hotel. I do enjoy staying in boutique style hotels. They are quite unique and artistic. It can be quite fun to stay in. Now, this is quieter than main strip hotels, but it's close to entertainment and dining areas, and it has slightly more upscale feel. Just that the rooms are a bit smaller. As you will notice, a lot of boutique hotels have smaller rooms, but they do have a lot of character. You will definitely feel like you're in San Francisco. Okay. And now we have Hotel Z San Francisco. Now this is a different experience located near the waterfront area of San Francisco. It's closer to the Fisherman's Wharf. It has strong scenic surroundings since you can see the water. Very relaxed, open atmosphere. And it's more tourist oriented environment. You'll see a lot of tourists, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing to be surrounded by people who are enjoying the city like you are. Always fun to meet like-minded people. Yeah. Right. Yeah, nowadays a lot of people go for less touristy options. They want to feel like a local. Right. Well, now see, that depends on, would you prefer waking up in the middle of the city energy, or you want to be slightly removed with more calm surroundings? Yeah, slightly calmer but with city access. That's what I would go for as well. A balanced central location. So that narrows it down quite nicely to, yeah, the north of Union Square. That is about $250 per night, which I think fits in quite nicely within our budget. Yeah. So usually now when we go about planning your stay for 6 days, we want to have a very easy city introduction, so you don't want to start with something very heavy and tire yourself out. So your arrival day is kept light, so you can adjust to the time and explore the nearby areas. Since you are going from the UK, you might suffer with some jet lag or something like that. So right, so your plan would somewhere be like, you can do a hotel check-in, yeah, then you can just walk around downtown. You can probably explore some nearby cafes or streets. Yeah, so you can just do a casual dinner nearby. Hopefully you can get a last minute reservation or just a walk-in. And you can also maybe, yeah, you can rest early because you'll probably be going through some travel fatigue, I think so. So since you're going in the month of June, we have the San Francisco Jazz Festival. So this has been going on for more than 3 decades with more than 30 live shows. And they have some world famous headliners at San Francisco Jazz Center. And then mid to late June, you have the biggest event in the LGBT plus calendar. It's a colorful celebration and parade on Market Street with huge crowd of spectators. Oh, you're debating whether you should go in May or June. So it's again May. You also have a big block party on Valencia Street. It's in the Mission District. It has plenty of music, food and dance. And also you have a lot of, it's called Bay to Breakers in late May. It has tens of thousands of costumed walkers and serious runners. So they join the world's largest foot race from ferry building to ocean beach. That's what you would get in the month of May and June. I think it sounds quite exciting. Right, right. Yeah, absolutely. I think your time will pass quite nicely in the city. I think you can plan this on your day 2, which is your main sightseeing day. So you can either walk or ride towards the waterfront area. You can visit Fisherman's Wharf. You can see sea lions. You can have some street food. I think there'll be a lot of fun waterfront energy. Yeah, in the morning, and then you can grab a nice breakfast at a waterside cafe. During the midday, you can maybe walk towards the pier areas and you can have lunch at a nice seafood spot. You do eat seafood? Great, I think you're going to love it there. Fresh seafood, nothing better than that. So if you visit, I'll just note it down here. If you visit Pier 39. You'll have shops, a lot of shops. You'll have very beautiful views, and you can have a relaxed afternoon full of exploring. And there's also a cable ride experience that you can do, which I think that you should book in advance. Do you want me to look into that? One moment. So you'd usually board at one of the main turnaround points, either near Powell Street or the waterfront. Right, so you'll pass through very different visuals within minutes, going through busy shopping streets near Union Square, and suddenly it opens up into wider views where you can catch glimpses of bays, rooftops, some steep residential areas that drop sharply downward. Right. The most popular route, I believe, runs between. Let me just have a quick look and tell you about that. Yes, so it's an historic landmark for an open air ride from Fisherman's Wharf over Nob Hill and down to Union Square, which is in the heart of the city. It's going to be a very beautiful experience. Would you like me to book this for you? Absolutely. Let me add that to the list. You want the cable car to be booked. Yes, very much. The most popular route would run between downtown and Fisherman's Wharf, since the streets are very steep, lot of busy intersections and very scenic viewpoints. Yeah. Then during the sunset you can walk along the bay. I think that's the best way to spend your evenings. Right, and then you can return to your hotel early or have a relaxed dinner nearby. Right, in the central area. Absolutely. Now day 3. Day 3, we can focus on some scenic. Right. We can focus on some scenic views, and I would call this your photography day, where you want to catch the views, take pictures. So you should go to the Golden Gate area. Lot of viewpoints and photography spots. They are definitely there in this book. I will list them down and send you an email about it. So in the morning you can definitely go to the Golden Gate Bridge, click a lot of pictures, walk along it, yes. Then in the afternoon you can have a light lunch nearby, and you can also do an optional bike ride across the Golden Gate Bridge. If you're interested, I'm sure it's there in this as well. Yeah, you can bike across the beautiful bridge. Yeah, absolutely. So we can book you a bike for a few hours. Right, it's quite a economical option. You can also get some exercise in and then have a very nice dinner. Right, sorry, after spending your morning at Golden Gate Bridge, during the midday you can head to the nearby parks like Chrissy Field as well as Battery Spencer. These are some viewpoints, yeah. Right, you can get some beautiful angles of the bridge. You can walk, you can have some beach views, have nice lunch nearby. Then you return to the city and have a relaxed dinner in the city area. Now the day 4 is probably my favorite, where it's focused on culture and neighborhoods. This stays more local and less tourist heavy. So you can explore Chinatown area, you can do food walking, visit small shops, try samples in the morning. Yeah, you can decide to have breakfast at one of the cafes where the locals eat. Then during the midday, you can visit Mission District. A lot of murals, cafes. The local food culture there is absolutely mind-blowing. I think you would absolutely enjoy it. It's a dream for people who love eating good food. Yeah, and you should definitely, yes, you should definitely have lunch at one of those places. And then in the afternoon, you can also visit Dolores Park. It has nice skyline views and it has a very relaxed atmosphere. You can have dinner in Mission District. It's a more local experience, hence. Right, so I think your day 4 would be a lot of culture, food, and a neighborhood feel. You would really feel like a local by then. So act like a local, eat like a local. Would be fun for you. Now, day 5, what I would recommend is you take a ferry. Yeah, you take a ferry and you go to Alcatraz Island. Now this is a prison tour as well as a audio guide experience. I will have to book this for you. You can spend the morning exploring, absolutely exploring the island, doing the prison tour, all of that. Would you like me to book that for you? Yeah, you will also be able to travel by ferry, which is a must. And in the afternoon, you can return from the island and have lunch near the waterfront. And also you can carry on with some light exploring, some North Beach areas cafes, there's Italian, it's a very Italian district feel. Or if you're tired after coming back, you can just relax at the hotel. And the evening would be casual dinner and a relaxed night, since the focus is you want to take it slow. Right. And now we have the last day for you, which is departure day. 6th day. Last day would be pretty flexible and calm. A light breakfast in the morning, your final walk around the city, and a cafe visit. Now I would suggest you revisit a favorite area. Do some souvenir shopping. And you can do a short scenic walk. Midday will be when you have your hotel checkout and you transfer to the airport. Yeah. Does that sound good to you? Right. So the itinerary is balanced between some very iconic sightseeing, but it's a relaxed pacing. You're also getting a local neighborhood experience and a lot of scenic moments. What I'm going to do for you is I'm going to thoroughly go through this book again and add or reduce any items that we have included if I feel that you would rather do something else other than what we have planned in our itinerary currently. I would send that to you by email. Yeah, there's quite a bit to read in this, so it's going to take me 2 or 3 days before I can send you a final itinerary, which is of course up for discussion. If there's something you would rather not do, you can always just let me know. Sound good? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you the preliminary plan, but this is definitely, I'm going to make a certain few changes to this and I'll send you the final plan soon. Yeah? Alright, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate your time and I hope that we can meet soon and finalize this. Alright, bye.